Hi there, Larea here. I'm at Intervision Yoga, and I thought I would take this time to share with you some restorative yoga for stress relief. So, I am going to describe 3 different restorative postures for you, and you can stay in these postures for as long as you like, 5 to 15 minutes perhaps. So it just depends on how you feel in the position. And you just let your body be your guide and listen. So this practice is quite quiet and very still, very restful. So it can be a bit of a challenge, especially in these times where our mind might be going a million miles an hour. So it's an opportunity to slow things down, and it might not be easy. So not to worry, just do whatever is working for you today, and be present with your body, be present with your breath, and hopefully you'll find some relief and relaxation with this practice. So the first position you could use, if you have a bolster, you could use a bolster, something like this, but a rolled up yoga mat or a rolled up blanket that's a little bit stiffer would work just fine as well. Okay, and you'd want it probably the length of your spine. So whatever you're using, just make sure it's long enough to support your entire back. Okay, so if you are going to use a prop, then you would just set this up right behind you, and you can sit right in front of that bolster or the rolled up blanket or yoga mat. Okay? And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together here, and your heels can be whatever length away from your pelvis that feels right for you. And you might even support your knees or your outer thighs with some pillows or rolled up blankets as well, or towels even. And then just lie back onto your bolster here. And you might adjust your feet. You might be able to bring them in a little bit closer perhaps. Okay, adjusting however you need to so that you definitely feel supported and at ease wherever you are. So I like to move my arms out a little ways from my body. I'm going to turn my palms upward, and that creates a lot more openness across your heart, your chest. You might like to direct your breath into your belly here. Allowing your shoulders to drape over the bolsters. And you can remain in this position for as long as you like to, up to 10 minutes perhaps. And when you're ready to make your way out, you might like to bring your knees together here. Okay. And we'll roll over onto our side. And you'll just move the bolster out from behind you. Okay. And you can keep your knees over to whatever side that you move them over. And then we're going to open up into a twist. So we'll try to get our upper back, shoulder blades connected to the ground. You could reach your arms out into a T, or you might like to bend your elbows into a cactus shape here. Okay, you might even like to prop up your bottom knee with something if your knees won't quite make it to the ground. Feel free. And that arm that wants to lift off on you, you could even prop something up underneath the arm as well, taking a blanket or a towel perhaps. So your head, you could remain neutral here, just looking up, or you could turn your head away from your knees if you like. Allowing your breath to flow with freedom. as long as you like in this form. When you're ready to, you'll turn your head back to center. And then bringing the knees back up to center, you'll take your knees down to the other side and stay for as long as you did on the first side. Perhaps turning your head away from the knees. Adjusting so that you are fully supported and at ease, always. When you are even on both sides, you've done the same amount of time, you can start to make your way out, turning your head to center, bringing your knees back up, and maybe even just giving your knees a little shift from side to side, or even hugging your knees in for a moment if you like to. And we'll come over onto our side, and we'll help ourselves up here. We're going to come into one last position for your restorative practice. And that'll be the legs up the wall. So you can find your way to a wall, and I'll guide you through this. I usually come from the side, and I get myself really close to the wall. My side hip really close to the wall, and then bringing both hands away from the wall and turning, you can bring your hands to the floor and then scooch so that your seat is right up against the wall, okay? And then we'll dip the shoulder down and lie down, and then we'll swing the legs up the wall. And you might have to scoochie in a little bit closer if you didn't quite get close enough, and that's okay. You want to have your legs fairly supported here. Now, to make this a little more restorative, you could take a belt or a scarf or a strap and wrap that around your thighs just to hold your legs in place there so that you don't have to use as much muscles to keep your legs together. And again, you might want to open your arms up wide, palms facing upward. Legs up the wall acts as a beautiful reset for our nervous system. Calming inversion, allowing the blood to flow from our legs down into the organs, the brain, heart. Really good for our circulation and overall wellness. And it's not uncommon to feel a little bit of tingliness happening in the legs as the blood flows down. So nothing to worry about, but it might feel slightly uncomfortable. And you can remain here for as long as you like. And when you're ready to, bring your knees down. You might need to push away from the wall a little bit here. And then you can roll over to your side. Take as long as you like on your side. And you can come up when you're ready. So feel free to take your time with that and spend as long as you like in each form. Really support yourself in each form so that you are absolutely comfortable and enjoy. Just let the stress melt away with each posture. I thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again.